Hello Facebook, hello Instagram. Today we are live from my car. The very first live that I'm not doing from my office. Reason being I'm moving house. I have a lot of organize. So yeah, I'm currently sitting in my car, lucky for having aircon, and I'm holding two phones in front of me. Ooh. And so there's now just coming a call through. So yeah, I see Facebook, there's a few people joining us. I'm talking about student visas today. So student visa was the winning topic. Just give me a wave and a like and a hello. Let me know where you're from, where you're joining us from. As per usual, for the first 30 seconds or so, I'm just going to keep talking. So yes, I've got 8 people on Facebook at the moment. Yep, first likes coming in. It's just really important. It's just a Facebook thing and an Instagram thing. Oh yeah, talking about Facebook. Who noticed that our site was down, or our page was, not, you weren't able to access anything on our page? Who saw that? Who was trying to, Smith Street in Darwin? Woohoo! Wonderful. Is it Smith Street Mall or just Smith Street? Yeah. So who saw that our page was not working? Because yeah, it was not working for a few days, and I'm not sure if you heard that in the news, but Facebook has actually blocked Australian news. So I feel honored that they actually seem to have blocked my page. Who knows? I'm just happy and glad that we're back up and running since yesterday afternoon. So that was a bit of a worry for a few days. But yeah, we're back. And luckily I can run this live. Like I said, I'm currently in the car because I'm in between doing and organizing things also for my house move. But I want to keep it consistent, and I want to be doing these lives on every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, no matter what. Okay, so that you guys know, 4 p.m. that's the time that Manuela is live talking about a topic. All right, look, again, I have very limited time available because I need to go and organize a million things. Yeah, so the winning topic was student visa. It was pretty much between citizenship and student visa. The third topic that was available was how to become a migration agent. I thought I'm just going to throw it in there in case someone is interested in pursuing the career. I can only recommend it. I'm obviously a little bit biased. And maybe some other time. We keep it on the list. Okay, so let's talk about student visa. So first things first. When it comes to visas, there's pretty much 2 main categories. So I just have to quickly do something about the aircon. So now I just have to. No. Oh God. So now what have I done? Unfortunately, I think. God, I think I just have done something to Instagram. I'm so sorry. Sorry, this is what happens when you're not having your usual setup. I'll start talking about student visas in a second. I'm just trying to get Instagram back on as well. So sorry, Instagram people. Okay, let's do this again. Facebook, just bear with me for a moment. I'm just getting the Instagram people back on. It's not working like usual. So you see, this is me in action. I'm trying to do all the things Add title. Why is it not adding my title? Okay. Instagram, we're back. Sorry for losing you for a moment. Okay, so we talk about student visas today. Let's get into it. So when it comes to visas, there's two major distinctions or two major groups. There's temporary visas and then there's permanent visas. Now, student visas is a temporary visa. So that means there is no implemented pathway to permanent residency, okay? So when you're on a student visa, you are just on a temporary visa. So that means it has a start and finish time, all right? But having said that, it is a very good entry point, starting point to gain permanent residency in Australia. Okay, so we have many clients overseas, for example, outside of Australia. They come here to Australia on a student visa, and then they go from there. Student visa, usually then a graduate visa, and then either a work visa or skilled visa or partner visa. That leads then to permanent residency. So a student visa is a perfect way to start your immigration journey, all right? It also is really good to gain a qualification, and the Australian qualification and education system is highly recognized internationally, like worldwide. There is, Australian education is really good. So what's really important when it comes to student visas and studying in Australia is that you select the courses that you're studying correctly. Okay, so especially if you're pursuing permanent residency, there needs to be thought behind the course selection. That's where it is recommended to speak to an education agent who is also a migration agent. So me, for example, I'm both. I'm an education as well as a migration agent. So when I speak to my clients, I can advise them about courses and education providers Australia-wide. Okay, so that's not just Northern Territory and Darwin, it's also other places. Queensland, Western Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, really anywhere, okay? And so we kind of work backwards because, we look at the goal, which is permanent residency, for example, and then we work our way backwards. And so with that in mind, because I obviously have the qualifications and the knowledge of immigration law and how to achieve permanent residency, I can assist you with that, my team as well. Now, if you only talk to an education agent, they're not qualified to give you advice about immigration, all right? They should only give you advice about courses, but they can't tell you, okay, this is leading to permanent residency if you do it this way. So that's one big difference, okay? Okay, what else did I want to say? Sorry, I'm also looking at my notes because every time I need to be very succinct with regards to time, I'm preparing notes. So, another thing that's very important when you study as an international student in Australia, you can only study an accredited course. And it has to be face-to-face education. So you actually have to attend the courses in person. So you cannot study an online course or you cannot study a not accredited course. Again, an education agent or migration agent, we can give you advice about, what is a correct course. So the first step really is to select the courses correctly and appropriately according to your what you want to achieve. And you can study really any course. I mean, it depends, for certain courses you need to have certain entry requirements, such as, for example, if you want to study a bachelor degree, you need to have at least year 12 equivalent, all right? But again, that is something that we can establish within the consultation. So the first step is to select the courses. The second step is then to apply for enrollment with the education provider. So that is actually an application process. And then once you have been accepted by the school, that's when we can apply for the student visa. So there's really 3 steps involved, okay? So really important things to know is on a student visa, on most student visas or most courses, you're only allowed to work part-time during the semester, like while the course is in session. Part-time means 40 hours per fortnight. Usually people split it in half, so that's 20 hours a week. But you can really split it as you wish. You can do 10 hours 1 week, 30 hours the next, or 40 hours 1 week, nothing the next week. So the rule and the law is 40 hours a fortnight. So that's important. And you have unlimited hours work available and allowed during semester breaks and during holidays. All right. Now you can also sponsor your family members. As to when I say sponsor, that means you can add them as dependents. So you can add your partner, you can add your children, but you need to be mindful of work rights for your partner, because the partner usually also only gets part-time work rights unless you study a Master's of Research or PhD. Then things change. And it's really important, again, if you're pursuing a permanent residency pathway, because for most occupations and visas, you need full-time work experience. Okay, so if you're only allowed to work part-time, then that needs to be considered in your visa planning or visa strategy planning. Okay, now, having said that, there is exemptions, or there is certain visas that do allow part-time work, and there is even certain visas that you don't need any work experience at all. That is for certain occupations. It's all depending on the occupation and the visa type that you're applying for. All right, enough about that. I just need to turn my page, so I'm just going to quickly put my phones into one hand and turn my page. Oh yeah, next thing that's important is health cover. Okay, so you need appropriate health cover. Again, we can help you with that as part of the service of the student visa. But that is very important, that you have adequate health care. Also, so if you pursue permanent residency, the usual pathway is after the student visa to go onto a 485 graduate visa. Now, in order to get the 485 graduate visa, it is very important as to what you study, how long you study it for, and also now where you study. So study in Sydney or study in Darwin, for example. It makes a huge difference, okay? Because it's a new legislation that came in last month. And so if you study in a regional area, you get the option to extend your 485. So meaning you get more time to gain the valuable work experience, because on a 485 visa you have full-time work rights. But I'm not going to talk about 485 visas as such now, because this live is about student visas, okay? So we'll do a different live on 485 graduate visas, because there's so much to talk about for that visa type. Actually, let me just go into the comments just now. So if you have any comments, questions, please put them in. If you're now live, or also later on if you watch it in the replay, if you watch the recording. I think there's probably a fair few people watching the recording, because we haven't got many people live today. But okay, so here we go. What do we have? We have Pretty Sharma saying, hi, for IT students, if I do masters for 2 years in Darwin, do I need to have one more professional year, and what does that mean? And also, how many years of post-study work visa do I get after doing master by research in Darwin? Okay, look, Pretty, so there are very, very specific questions. The second question also is about the 485 visa, which I said I'm not going to go into today, because it's a different topic. It's connected, sort of. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about the 485. I'm focusing on the student visa. And in regards to your other question, it's very specific. So I would ask you to book a consultation. Okay, book a consultation with us, and then we can advise you in regards to your studies and the professional year. Professional years, again, that is for certain occupations. They can do professional years, such as IT professionals as well as accountants. But yeah, that could also be actually a topic for life. All right, coming back to, is there any other questions, any other comments in regards to student visas? Otherwise, I have one thing that is here on my list as very important. So when it comes to student visa applications, there's a lot of things that are important, but one of the most important things is the genuine temporary entrant criterion, GTE. Okay, so that's really, 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 really important. And there is certain things that you need to say and certain things that we recommend not to say, or there's just certain guidelines. All right. And from my experience as a migration agent for over 5 years, the GTE is the most common reason why student visas are getting refused. Can I just ask, actually, for the people who are online and also who is watching the recordings, can you just let me know who is actually on a student visa at the moment? Or, yeah, who is currently on a student visa? Holding a student visa? And who is in the process of applying for it or wants to apply for a student visa? Just so I get an idea of my audience. So I just give you a bit of time to put that information in the comment box, please. And I just need to adjust my aircon. No? Any student visa holders? Pretty, yeah, I figured that you're on a student visa. So you study a master's, or what are you studying at the moment, Pretty? Are you probably maybe a bachelor? If you're asking for a master's, you may be studying a bachelor. So I highly encourage you to engage with me in the comments. You are a bit quiet today. There's nothing on Instagram, and only one person talking to me on Facebook. I really appreciate your comments, Pretty. Oh wow! So you have done a master's by coursework and now you're doing a master's by research. Whew. Wow, that's impressive. Very good, very good. Okay. Anyone else wants to join this conversation, or is it just between Pretty and I? Instagram has dropped off as to there's no one live currently. All right. Well, in that case, I may just wrap up. Yeah, thank you, Preeti. I really appreciate your comments. Like I said, I'm more than happy to advise you, but your questions are rather specific. I would recommend you to contact my office or go to our website, northernimmigration.com.au, and then there's a tab called Book a Consultation, and that's where you can book your consultation. All right. If you are considering a student visa, I would highly, highly recommend to invest at least in a consultation. Okay, a consultation is a few $100s, and it will, it will really serve you if you invest that with a migration agent, such as myself, for example, or one of my team members. Because I have seen people, they have been studying for years and years, and they have spent tens of thousands of dollars for courses, and there's no visa pathways. Okay, and they just study and study and study, and it's not going anywhere. I have actually met people, they have been in Australia as students, international students, for longer than me. I've been here 12 years, and they just go round and round in circles. They go to student visa, then they go on a 485 visa, then they'll go back on a student visa. Who knows that cycle? Student visa, 485, back to student. It breaks my heart seeing that. It really breaks my heart, because the idea is not, when you're on a 485, the idea is for you then to go onto a permanent visa and not going back to a student visa. Can you imagine? Like, that's like really going backwards. It's taking a step back. Okay, so we have a few people now engaging. Katie is asking, what's the next step after a student visa? Well, so as I just said, it depends what you study. But if you qualify, if you have studied the right thing for the right amount of time at the right location, you can then apply for what's called a subclass 485 graduate visa. But that is only available if you're meeting the requirements, like for any visa. Okay, you always have to meet the requirements. So Bishal is saying hi. Where are you joining us from, Bishal? Yeah. So anyways, if you consider a student visa, if you're onshore or offshore, then or if you're currently studying on a student visa and you're thinking about, okay, what's my next step? Then I definitely recommend to invest into a consultation, and then we can advise you either about what courses we recommend for you to study. We work it out together. We're not telling you what to do. We work it through together, and we establish a strategy to achieve the goals, like no matter what goal you have. Okay. And also in the consultation, we do a proper assessment. We speak about permanent residency options, if that is something that interests you. And we also work out a GTE strategy. Okay, so GTE, Genuine Temporary Entrant Criterion. And I hope I made that clear, that it's really important that you get information and guidance and advice before you invest tens of thousands of dollars into courses. Okay, so rather invest a couple of $100 or a few $100 into a consultation with an education and migration agent, then investing tens of thousands and committing to years and years of study. You really want to know that it's leading to where you want to go. All right. So Bishal is asking, if you study diploma for 2 years here, am I eligible for 491? That is, well, I need to know what sort of diploma did you study? What's the occupation? Where are you located? There's a lot of things that I need to know. I'm not able to answer the question, just like that. And also, this live is not about assessing individual eligibilities. It's only about giving general advice about student visas today. Okay, so Bishal, if you want to know your eligibility for a 491 visa, I would encourage you to book a consultation. Katie is asking, can you change the field you are studying after a few years if you're not on the right path? Absolutely. And we do that all the time, because like I said, we have people coming to us, they were advised, either they had no advice whatsoever and just picked a course and started and paid a lot of money, or they spoke to an education agent or even maybe a migration agent. But look, the laws are also changing and the occupational lists are changing. So it's very important that you keep up to date. Okay, so we, for example, we offer follow-up appointments, follow-up consultations to our clients, so that they can, be up to date with everything. So, but yes, Katie, to answer your question, yes, it is absolutely possible to change course, and also you can change education provider. So, you know, if you're not happy with your school, college, university, whatever, you can change. There's a bit of a process involved, but you definitely can change, especially if you're not happy, or especially if if you study something and then that occupation gets taken off the list, or you realize, oh, this is not really going anywhere, or you change interests. You study cookery and you realize this is actually not what I want to do. I don't really want to become a cook or a chef. I want to become, I don't know, a teacher or a nurse or something else. And then obviously you have to study your course. So this is all possible, and we can assist you with that. We are education agents as well as migration agents as well as lawyers. So we have it all available to you. Okay, so contact my office and send us an email, send us an inquiry, send us a message on Facebook, on Instagram. We get back to you. Whoever has been in touch with us, ever contacted us, you know that we respond to all messages. Katie's asking, okay, thanks. I'm at advanced diploma level now, but I'm thinking of changing to something else because I don't think it's going anywhere. Yes, Katie, I know it may not feel great, but trust me, you're not alone. There's a lot of people in a similar situation. It's very common that you change course. Preeti is asking, can we have next topic as 485? Yeah, sure. So look, we always give 3 topics to choose from. We had 485 graduate visa a few times available to choose from. But yeah, so whatever topic gets the most votes, that's what I'm talking about. And so far, 485 visa has not made it into the life, not to the top topic. I'm more than happy to talk about 485 visas, but if you need urgent advice, I definitely recommend, and also if you need personalized advice, I definitely recommend not to put it off and wait for a Monday Live. I would definitely recommend to invest into a consultation, especially if you're investing tens of thousands of dollars into your education. I'm hoping that you have a few $100s available to invest into a consultation with an education and immigration expert. All right, I better get back to my moving journey project. And who's moved house recently? Do we have anyone online or recordings that has moved house recently? Because I'm running a business, I'm working with clients, and I'm moving house. But this is the proof that you can have it all. You can do it all. All right. So I'm sitting here in my car with the aircon on, speaking to you, lovely people, doing my life on student visas. I would not miss my Monday Live. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for joining the live if you made it to the live. Otherwise, thanks for watching the recording. I hope this was helpful for you. And please reach out if you need advice in regards to courses, studying in Australia, if you need to change your course, change your school, or in general, if you need visa help and visa advice, not just student visas, not just graduate visas. We can assist with anything, okay? Any visa type that there is. There's over 100, so there's a lot. All right, beautiful people. I'm gonna head off and I'm gonna go. Oh, thanks so much, Preeti. Thanks. I'm really glad to hear that you found that helpful. And yeah, join us for the next live. And also, look, I've been doing live since the start of the year. So there's now, I think this is my 8th live. So there is on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, there's a playlist. Look for the playlist Monday Live. And there's all the recordings. And we've had so many topics already. We had skills assessment. We have skilled visas. We had how to find an employer and a sponsor in Australia. We had partner visas. Oh gosh, so many topics. So look for the playlist. and I'm sure that you may find that helpful, for your immigration, or maybe just, if you're interested. Thanks so much. And I look forward to the next live. I keep you updated with my everything, with my moving. All right. Whoever follows me on my personal pages, there is always an update about my renovation. I'm renovating as well, renovating and moving. So yeah, life never gets boring in Manuela's world. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good afternoon. Have a good Monday. Have a great week. And I speak to you soon. Okay, bye for now. Ciao.